3D printing here, it's one of the best things because you can customize, you can create your own patterns, your own tools, anything that you have in the shop. You can think of the best idea in the world, but how do you know if this is going to work right now? Or what changes will you need to make? If you make this out of wood, take too long, too many materials. You make this out of metal, same thing, probably twice as much material and time. But with 3D printing, you can just visualize it, print it, measure it. Okay, this needs to be this much bigger. You simply move on, allowing you to simply concentrate on the design and just improve the product as opposed to just spending too much time fabricating for a concept that you don't know if it's going to work at the end or not.
My name is David Yepez, founder and CEO of Axios NYC and a graduate of New York City School of Visual Arts. Axios NYC is an experiential design agency and trade show management provider to clients globally. We work with clients in the manufacturing, life science, and pharmaceutical industries to produce their trade shows, live events, and meetings around the world. The biggest challenge our industry faces is sustainability and shipping. Shipping has become one of the key factors in our clients, our customers. Now everyone's becoming more and more conscious of the cost of shipping, the cost of tariffs, the cost of international transfer. We have developed our own modular trade show system in which many of the existing products are made of structural aluminum, and the weights can be anywhere from 8 to 20 some kilos. The economy in the world is changing with the cost of shipping and fuels. The lighter weights are able to give us much more flexibility and much more competitive price advantage to our clients. By utilizing 3D printing, we have reduced our walls to 4.5 kilos for a 4x8 wall. So we're able to drastically reduce the weights and also to drastically increase the creative capabilities in which we're able to 3D print curves, angles that are not possible with traditional aluminum extrusion. Our goal in our design is to elevate the live event and elevate the experience that our customers' customers have. And by creating new and interesting architectures, which are only possible by our 3D printed system, we're able to create visually stunning architecture that we're able to put into these otherwise very static environments.
My name is Lenin Hercules, and I'm the head of design fabrication at Axios NYC. I love to build stuff and come up with fun solutions for what I like to think are simple problems, which are all of them. There's no such thing as like a crazy complicated problem. You just have to think and look at it and work around it and then just find that button to push that will make it simpler. 3D printing it used to be difficult to get your hands on, but even then it was much easier to be able to think of anything that you want. Like me as a designer and a fabricator, I just want to be able to say, oh, I got this solution for this problem and I just want to make it. And 3D printing brings that to the table. So I don't have to think about how the machine works so much anymore, at least, nowadays, because it's so much accessible. As a creator, it is the best thing that's ever happened. Because I can, come up with anything from entertainment, personal projects, toys, small solutions for big problems, 3D print everything.
When it came time for us to move away from the desktop printing solutions into a large-scale manufacturing solution, it was such a business decision and a challenge to figure out at what point we can bring in these large-scale manufacturing. We looked at many 3D printers throughout the years, and I'd say in 2018, we saw the BigRep ONE and knew right away that was the machine for us. True 1 meter cubic printing capability was just a new revelation for us, and something that could really be used to create large-scale, ready-to-show, ready-to-use prints for us was a game changer. The ability for us to have something of that scale in the affordability range gave us the real opportunity to be able to increase our design capabilities to output the large-scale 3D prints we use today.
In the shop here, we use CNC, we do welding, wood, metal, all kinds of stuff, but we print almost everything that we can think of. It is extremely lighter than any metal that we can think of. It's just as strong. It simply helps us polish and finish the product better. It's one of the best things because you can customize, you can create your own patterns, your own tools, anything that you have in the shop. Also for prototyping, it is the best thing. Like you can think of the best idea in the world, but how do you know if this is gonna work right now, or what changes will you need to make? If you make this out of wood, take too long, too many materials. You make this out of metal, same thing, probably twice as much material and time. But with 3D printing, you can just visualize it, print it, measure it. Okay, this needs to be this much bigger. This needs to be much more smaller. And you simply move on, allowing you to simply concentrate on the design and just improve the product as opposed to just spending too much time fabricating for a concept that you don't know if it's going to work at the end or not.
We primarily print with PLAs. We're able to find more recycled PLAs. We are always looking for the most sustainable products. Aside from PLAs, one of the amazing materials we're using is TPUs. We have started even printing decks or flooring for our exhibitions where we're using a combination of PLA structure and TPU tiles to create gently squishy floors that are reusable over and over again. As where in the trade show industry, many times the carpeting is a single-use item, the flooring is a single-use item. We're always pushing the boundaries and seeing how can we use 3D printing? How can we create more modular pieces? And all of this is only possible with our scale of manufacturing by utilizing large-scale 3D printing.
So one of the things that I love about the BigRep is that once the design is done, it gives me a very, very accurate timeline, how long it's going to take to print. So if I'm done by the evening, I just simply upload it, print it. By the time I come in the morning, the piece is done. And if I feel like I need to keep an eye on it, it has a camera, I can access it on my phone, and I know that everything's going well. That's what we've been doing with the big wall. In the morning, set up one print, and then before going home, that print is done, take it out, print another one. So I don't have to be there looking at it. Okay, is this working? Is it going well? Do I have enough filament, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It makes it much easier. One of the biggest challenges in 3D printing is, having to print in such a small scale at first. I have to glue so many pieces and then just making something structural out of so many small blocks. BigRep just came in and now we can print. We still need to connect some pieces, but it's still a much solid component, and that is a huge solution. Like that is the best thing we have. It's one of the best tools because less post-processing, less gluing, less of everything, and now we simply have a mechanical solution to have our puzzle be put together, as opposed to having to glue all of these tiny little components and then sand them and then make it look good and make sure everything lines up and all of the usual suspect, of extra labor for any 3D print.
And as we expand, we're looking to continue that small-scale manufacturing that has gotten us to where we are today. And as we grow on a global scale, we are able now to set up factories all over the world. Our factories are very small. All we would need to do is get a space, some electricity, and a couple 3D printers, and we can locally produce any of our products anywhere in the globe. And I really look forward to the growth in our industry of where we can continuously push ourselves to design better and design more sustainably, more complicated, more intelligently, because we are no longer limited by the processes of the machines that are available to us. As we have even more options today for additive printing and rapid manufacturing, we can continuously push ourselves and push our team to design even more amazing structures and even more beautiful things.